Good hey, all you sports fans out there in the tubosphere, to you, the individuals part of the collective. Welcome to the one-man sportsman talk radio version. I am your brief but concise host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill. Even though the intro background right now may be saying fast track, this is the final Thursday night college football game of the year, and boy, what a doozy. So we're talking Louisville and Cincinnati. And this is in two parts, so that I'm able to bring you everything that went down in this. Great second half. It's all from the second half. So the second half and then the overtime. The overtime stuff is going to be a separate show. So if you want to come back and see, come back and see how that evolved. But the game hasn't got to overtime, as opposed to just skipping ahead to overtime. That's the beauty of watching the OMSR. Also, the sponsor of the show is the DMCA, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. It covers a fair use standard, minimal use, and derivatives. So all the video highlights courtesy to ESPN and the respective universities and the NCAA. Everything else to the OMSR. It also gives you sort of a heads up why, took 35 minutes of quality video for my own personal, library, you could call it. And there's no way in hell that you could do that sort of thing on YouTube anymore. I mean, some people may have tried to do that in the past. They maybe do it once or twice, get a third-party content ID ding or match, or even a copyright. And they're saying, damn the torpedoes, I'm just going to put that up and I can live with the one. But the OMSR, cover stuff all the time. I can't do that. Not going to do that. So the overtime is probably going to be there was about 8 to 9 minutes worth of good stuff, and I'm going to go a little bit over from the second half, about 11 to 12. Again, it was the final Thursday night college football game. Very worthy of trying to preserve as much as possible here. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching those silly DUIs while you're out there. Roll game clips.
Touchdown, Louisville.
How about Louisville bringing Brandon Dunn, the starting defensive tackle, in at fullback, 300 pounds, bringing the beef to clear the way on the right-hand side. Take a look at him right here, just coming this way.
Who wants to come fill that gap?
Smash something.
You think Zach wants to fly up in there between two, or Blair want to fly up in there and get a face full of that?
Howard Wilder did, the cornerback. He's got a mouthful.
I'll say Blair might not have shied away from it. The other two guys, probably so. Remember, Blair's outweighed by 50 pounds, though. Thomas, the all-important extra point gives Louisville a 7-point lead. Now Cincinnati will have to answer.
And again, precarious situation because of your field goal kicking situation. Obviously, and you need a touchdown to do this anyway, so that's irrelevant. So, not been a great red zone offense all season long. Really, the only success I can remember with them running the football in this area of the field was the Ralph David Abernathy touchdown.
Yeah.
The 5th, the 7th, the 12th.
The 13th, yeah.
For that touchdown, so they're more of a finesse offense, remember. They're more of a finesse running game, and really, this falls upon Louisville's defense, who in the last 2 consecutive possessions have not been able to answer the bell. They've had a chance to close this game out, and they haven't been able to do it. Can they finally close the door?
Well, they did hold them to 3 at least, after giving up a couple explosive plays in the red zone. I mean, listen, I'm not saying they've been great by any stretch, but held them to 3, give them a chance to get into overtime and try to win the ball game. But how about Smith?
Yeah.
We talked about him being one of the nation's best sackers of the quarterback. He's been able to bake a pie back there in the quarter. KEG has the whole game. He's been able to bake a pie back there in the pocket.
All right, let's see what Cincinnati's up to here. Jordan Llewellyn's at quarterback, but KEG is on the field. They wanted to run a reverse pass. It's something that they have had in the playbook that Tuberville told us about yesterday, but Preston Brown messed it all up. Chris Moore, I'm almost certain, was about to flip it back to Brendan Kane, and we're going to let him throw it.
Yeah, he was going to pitch that to the quarterback, and they had Max Morrison running a deep crossing post route. That's what was called. It was a good job by the ball carrier. They're not trying to pitch it, just getting what he could. Unfortunately, that was a loss of 3.
Second down. Ball is KEG yards away from him. Abernathy had it right in his hands and dropped it, and now it's 3rd and 14. On the last play, Parker Anger had his hands full with Malden. It's on the right side. Here's Kay.
Well, that didn't look good. The moment it left his hand, that did not look good.
Pick up the 14 yards, get a first
sort of
down.
panicked back there.
But for the 2nd straight year, Louisville beats them in overtime.
And that's where Marcus Smith was. He lined up at linebacker that time. Delayed blitz. Ralph David Abernathy, that weighs only 160 pounds, had to pick him up. Couldn't get it done. That forced Brendan Kay to get rid of the football earlier than he wanted to.
And he got just enough in the vision of Kay and near that right arm where it made it have to be a hard throw. What you got, Tubbs?
Now here's the game. 4th and 14. Kay has to get rid of it. It's high. It's incomplete, and Louisville wins it. The Cardinals take the keg of nails, and it also means that UCF is going to a BCS game.
What do you think about that?
31-24.
Oh, come on, guys. You got to see one of the best games of the year.
The Cardinals will go on to the
It's a bummer, sure, but that was great. Last Thursday night, game of the year.
Reports everyone expects. Teddy Bridgewater.
Great sportsmanship going on.
Great flair. It was a terrific performance from Bridgewater. Brendan Kay was valiant as well.
He gave his receiver a chance, too. Right there, he could have caught that football. I mean,
Yeah. Looks like he's just a tad bit too soon.
Yeah.
Receiver who just
McClung's
couldn't get it.
He's been around a long time. He's got to make that catch for his quarterback. Threw it up where he could catch it.
And
Kay knew it.
a frustrating end for Cincinnati and a jubilant one for Louisville and Kaylee.
But it's just so fun to watch this team. We go get number 11. That was big for us. We needed to go get number 11 in the season, and that's what we're doing.
How do you describe the importance of that 11-win season?
Well, we was always looking to just go back to back. And in the last 25 games, this team has won 22-3. And it's a special group, especially for our seniors. I want to see the last regular season game, something to be proud of.
We saw Teddy Bridgewater take his hits. How do you characterize that it factor he has that allowed him to engineer this win?
Well, he's an amazing player. We saw it tonight. You saw the second half the way he drove this football team. And he's the one that inspires his team. He's the one that lifts his team. When he plays well, the whole team plays.
Thank you, Coach.
Teddy Bridgewater. As you see Kaylee catching up with him. And Teddy Bridgewater is our Wrangler 5-star player of the game. The stats aren't overwhelming by his standards, but it was the moments, the plays he made in the clutch, the 2 plays that Charlie Strong referenced, one on 4th and 12. An impossible run for a first down, shedding tacklers along the way.
4th and 13. This is the touchdown.
This is
next
the 3rd
play.
down, yeah.
Or the next drive. But, I mean, play after play, by the time. Remember, he'd been hit so many times. His offensive line wasn't holding up. And he threw the alley-oop to his running mate Parker and made the big play. The offense came on strong.
You saw Teddy Bridgewater's competitive fire, playing his best football when the game was on the line, when the situations weren't necessarily good.
Ideal.
Good, for lack of a better word. They worked good.
Talk about playing under pressure.
Yeah, he's got that moxie. This is a reason, guys, why a lot of people believe he'll be a top 5 pick if he decides to enter the NFL draft this season.
And if this was his last regular season game in college, what a way to go out as Louisville takes the keg of